Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Shabbat Shalom. Today, na Saturday, number 27 day for this month of May 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, facts-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, we start for this weekend with astonishing video where they come from the great state of Boyo, where our Ambazonian forces they then use a very powerful IED explosion, an example for the type of thing we need for replicate them, targeting a Cameroon military convoy, neutralizing one armored car, probably wiping away the entire crew in that armored vehicle. The video footages that can be shared online as the Cameroon military it be tossed halfway up before it land back for ground where it don't look like it don't be destroyed. We want to congratulate our forces them for the great state of Boyo and for continue for encourage the replication of this same powerful IED where it then deliver a powerful message to the enemy. There will not be an impunity for them to go around our villages, refilling their stations and changing their military men to terrorize our people and impose Cameroon subjugation over us. Gone are those days. For the Savannah state, new video footages them it don't come out where La République du Cameroon, their enabler, the traditional ruler for Bambalang, where they be making as the head of that regional assembly, will be publicly announced say Ambazonia go lost and he go fight against Ambazonia. He be then be captured by our brave Ambazonian forces them for the Marine Force of Bambalang. These new video footages then show you where it done turn a cook for our boys and for feed them and enable them, make them be strong for go face the enemy. This should be a clear message to those who serve La République today to enable them, collaborate with them in their fight to subjugate our people. Their own day will eventually come, just like those who went to Ngi have come today. 99 days for the thief and 1 day for the owner. Fellow Ambazonian, the American former ambassador and undersecretary for state for African affairs to the United States of America, Thibaut Nagy, he then give out free advice and free tips for Ambazonians once again. Just like we need to hear repeatedly, I say I go bring una the exact things in way Thibaut Nagy then talk. Be mindful of the fact that Thibaut Nagy now a top official for the United States, even though it be on retirement, is to get national security clearance at the highest level. The United States of America, they use such diplomats them for deliver message for the international community, usually when their government officially engage in such in public engagement due to their diplomatic relationships with other state party. So the word of Thibaut Nagy now a direct advice and it reflect the exact message would then get them for the top 5 member them for the international community with our diplomatic engagement. So pay close attention and I hope our people will listen and this time hear, because unless now white man it don't talk what people they go see be confused on these subject matters. So let us go through this interview courtesy of Chris Anu, a television channel, for explain for now exactly which way it happened. When I listen.
Just the principles behind these types of events, because first of all, there is a principle under international law that all people have the right of self-determination. And that's contained in the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights of the United Nations. And then, of course, I think we all know about the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I believe all United Nations members ascribe to that. So then, when you have a group of people who would like to have their self-determination and they're part of another territory, referendums would usually come after a successful political or military struggle and pressure from the separatists, as we call them, or national.
So I go broke am small before I go play am back again. I go rewind am so that make una hear am very well. Tibo Nagi, it talk say Ambazonia and them practically, like any people, as would be defined by international law, say we are still a people and being recognized even by the United States as well as the African Court. So we get the right of self-determination. Because they ask you the question about the issue for referendum. For me personally, I think say the Christiano way they work and promote the idea for referendum. Now just people the way they always look for creative way for be relevant through social media because they don't lack relevance. And for give Ambazonia a tips. The fact say when the international community can do real negotiation, they not invite this Christiano and Sakona for tell and say they not be relevant. These are people who have been corrupted and have admitted publicly of receiving money from La Republic to facilitate the operation of CDC. So they are not credible. They rely on using blindfolding of popularity on Facebook, which is not reliable and can be bought. As I've shown you people on data on a YouTube channel, these people are irrelevant and inconsequential. That's why they keep on looking for a way to distract our people with this thing, referendum every day. They will interview even Nambere, somebody who have campaigned with La Republic against Ambazonia in our streets in Kumba. So this should give you people enough so that you are not distracted or confused by these people who are now full-time journalists and they are just there to distract our people looking for ways to get traction. Nevertheless, may we hear it with the Tibo Nagi talk. He talk two things. Number one, na say wait, Ambazonia and then get right for self-determination. When a people them, like Ambazonia them, when they want to do their self-determination, forget their own land. He talk say this thing, it used to happen now only after they don't get a political or military success. And then at the time that way, this thing for referendum they come. That means now at the end, referendum na day it didn't arrive for the end. So make a rewind them again, make una hear as it talk with the own mob.
Would like to have their self-determination and they're part of another territory. Referendums would usually come after a successful political or military struggle and pressure from the separatists, as we call them, or nationalist organizations will then force either the international community to advocate for a referendum or actually, as you mentioned, Chris, a negotiation with the country that is actually controlling the territory. The one that...
So, wait till we don't talk and I hope say this one close that debate. Now say, referendum, it used to come now at the end after a political or military success. We will never yet finish the military success. Now we need to fight first. After a political, that means we need to campaign for win our own case first to the international community. After the successful military or political campaign, then the separatists them, they go force the international community by their success. That means one would not win militarily. This win, now he go force the international community, then make them advocate for referendum. That means say there is no scenario where it be correct say now we system the ask referendum. Iran talks in that the international community they campaign for a referendum, either directly pressuring the La Republic for make referendum or the occupying power for make referendum, or through negotiation for bring the occupier for do a referendum. And me gonna remember say even the negotiation for Canada, it be include where La Republic they be agree say at the end of the day if we really win the argument say we want have independence, they go seek for consent from our people them about their will, whether they really represent, whether I think this way they want them, and those type of mechanism for do those type of things na through a referendum. So we need to first fight, win the war militarily or politically before we get there. We not go to do thing the way you know by we do number 10 before the one start number 1. So this argument it be completely out of place, not just a distraction. I mean man, you know, became be put hope for place where hope no day. Otherwise, you go on open your highway, you don't enter at the wrong bus. You need to go come back and start for square one. So maybe we'll listen for way to way. Tibo Nagi, he continue for talk.
Chris, a negotiation with the country that is actually controlling the territory. The one that I would also point you to is the case of Bougainville, which is a territory of Papua New Guinea. And that, I think, would be one that would be fairly close to the case of Ambazonia, because they've had a civil struggle. There was a peace agreement between Bougainville and the government of Papua New Guinea. Then they did have the required referendum in 2020, and 97% of the people voted for independence. And now they're in the process of trying to make that actually happen. So each of these situations is very unique, but
So, wait away, it talk na say some one good example there for the war where they call them na Bongas V. Bongas V na some territory for New Papua Guinea. It get the same type of story like Ambazonia, where it be controlled by one Western power. Then during independence, the other one it can take them too with power. It became use them. And a very good cases we don't study them very well for help we as we struggle for carry this war independence for inside Ambazonia. And I will give you this example for this Bongasville. Bongasville, they be the fight just like we with then gone using Odeshi, people the way they fight from inside the bush until they can't get their freedom. And the main thing where if you make them Bongasville, they can get their independence, even though they not be strong. They almost wipe out all their own fighter them, their own freedom fighters them, but them end up for win. Why them win? Despite the fact say they be being an underdog and New Papua Guinea be get overwhelming power, they be do massive recruitment of army like La Republique de Douam, they be militarize their zone, checkpoint it be there for all place. If one at the FIFA Ambazonia say sometimes they want chokwe with military checkpoint. New Papua Guinea their own it be worse. But the main thing where they be win na say they are separatist fighter them, then destroy the economy, making sure say the copper mine where it be provide 60% of Papua New Guinea their own revenue, it be closed down. The company where it be exploit the main resources where that territory be get them, they call a Rio Tinto, when an Australian company. That company be provide the vast majority and support for the New Papua Guinea government, make it begin the fight and for sustain them, their propaganda and also their international relationships. So the key way they be use them for beat New Papua Guinea, now for destroy the economy where they be exploit them from their territory by making sure say Rio Tinto, you know, go fit exploit their natural resources, their copper, them way they be mine them from inside their country, now be give them the victory. And now they always tell our people, them say the critical solution for we for win La Republique is then with the Haiti solution. In as much as we kill La Republique their military, me we know say military in a man way their death need over matter internationally unless in terms of governability and for making that territory may be inaccessible. But the military man a man way don't sign it dice before he enter job. More important than the economic destruction of La Republique exploitation for Ambazonia. If he give Ambazonia victory. Now you are done the push from the beginning. The Haiti solution, the massive Ambazonian manpower will get them. It be possible for we for cripple La Republique. We be see say even when the one bring this fake negotiation for Switzerland, now only after we be done cripple CDC. Diongote, he the one reassure and forget assurance for the international community for start borrow the money, also use now the CDC. Now the CDC that way they for the if we want freedom, we need for implement the Haiti solution absolutely. If they don't give you example, it still go back again for Bongasville, the same type of solution where they be using for beat their own enemy, make Ambazonia a no. Say we shall never completely defeat La Republique militarily or their soldier them. No matter how many will kill them, we need for the use them politically, but we need for no say ultimately. Now the economic stronghold and where they exploit them for our territory, now we will need for stop them before they fit come off for our country. La Republique no dey for Ambazonia because they like we. The only thing where they dey for there and the only reason why they want continue for holding now because of our natural resources, our petrol and CDC primarily. The rubber, the cocoa and all those cash crop them where they exploit them for CDC, now it keep them because now they go supply for supermarket them for Europe, for Canada. They make sure say me they monte product that they be available for their people them their food chain. Now that supply for their food chain with the international community, fee say Cameroon is guarantee them. Now the money where Cameroon it make them from those products and their credit facility, the way those products them, they offer them for their country, now they keep them for Ambazonia. No be any other thing, no be say them like we. No be say their military one can control some checkpoint because they overlike for control some checkpoint for day. So if Ambazonia will want our freedom, we need to embrace, and all our forces them for ground, they need to embrace this Haiti solution collectively and make sure to bring them down so that the victory, if it come for we too one day, like it don't come for the people for the new Papao Guinea. I go continue for give you now the detail for this advice and tips with the American people that don't give for we through Tibo Nagi will be very crucial for we for understand them so that we fit effectively bring this our war to its expected end with the victory for Ambazonia and the exercise of our right of self-determination for independence and separation. Capo Daniel, signing out, looking out for you.